What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. CommenterNation, greatest nation since United Nations. Let's conversate about something important. I'm getting photos behind the scenes that is showing that Tentacion's clothes are changing drastically. The one word I could think of is ominous. There's an ominous scenery being placed around these very situations, and it does not define a certain outcome. But what it does lead to is speculation on the fact of who was taking these pictures. Affiliates, was it friends around? That's what I mean. Or was it familiar faces? Now, that's part of what is concerning about me. That is why I've stayed very quiet as I've observed this, that there were certain pictures and things being taken around the scenes that led me to believe some other things about not only character, but about certain incidents that could have been relevant and prominence to what was going on around him that he noticed. That's my problem. That's part of why I speak about things how I do. That's part of why I've spoken about it how I do. And that's overall a reasoning behind why we've done this case, because I've seen certain measures of this length. Now, what's even crazier at this point in time is seeing the way that things are developing. It's starting to give a trend of certain people trying to not only copy what it is we do here, but after they've hated, they're trying to launch their own way to try and say, oh, we're doing this, they're not doing this. And that's very curious to me because of the time it happened at, and I'm very well aware of certain subjects that I didn't speak on the way people wanted me to speak on them, not simply because I didn't feel like it, but because the importance I placed on it versus us looking into what actually may have happened. And it's beginning to show very familiar faces and very particular people who I know for a fact communicate behind the scenes. And that's very weird in itself, but I've already tied one of the people to a familiar situation of knowing someone, having known them previous to this case that is around the case, which very much seems like they're attempting to cover something up. And that's the thing you got to remember when you're talking to people who are here slandering, saying different things. Know that they have a motive for it. It's not just them, how they feel, giving their opinion. No, it's more than that. And it's been more than that because there was a certain occurrence of things and level of, let's say, respect given to the situation when you weren't here. And there's certain things that are happening now that you're around, and you continue to make accounts even when I get rid of you, which shows that you have something to gain in the situation. Now, we'll find out if you're getting paid off to do this. We're going to find out. I have enough of what I need to. I have enough connections. I have the right people on my side. But when you're playing funny business or playing both sides of the field and the others don't know about it, that's the type of stuff that gets you hung up in this game when you're trying to articulate yourself and be a credible person. You show you're not credible because you don't pick a side. You stand in the middle and go where the benefit is for yourself. And that's what I stay away from. That's why I block people. At first, I wasn't blocking people, but I started blocking people when I saw the type of things they were choosing to say. Their conversation is not about the content. So right now, we're talking about different clothing, how it's ominous, how these pictures are just surfacing out of nowhere. And it's making us think, was someone clocking him? Was he paranoid for a reason? Because how he was bringing it up, he admitted he felt that someone was after him, and he felt things weren't really progressing the way he thought they would, even though he was changing himself in a world or around people that did not inspire change. These are the things we must keep in mind to define the true let's say environment and realm in which he was thinking, in which he was growing, how he saw it fit for him to progress as a person and to do his music in a more genuine way, as well as the charities and things he started doing. And now we see people, now that he's going doing charities, whether they're charitable or not, coming on saying certain things, trying to take credit for things, when they slide over and try and show respect to people who never was doing it. I remember when I was doing it, a lot of people were like, oh, why are you doing that? Oh, this, you guys were cowards. Don't try and have heart now because you see me doing it. You were cowards with it. So stay a coward with it. Don't play new. I know who you are. You were cowards. Y'all wouldn't even show y'all face until you had something bad to say about me. But you wouldn't show your face to stand for justice. But now you want to speak as if you've been about justice. You ain't been on nothing. Don't try and step up like you were. You were on nothing. And I called some of y'all out on it personally. Even voice to voice. Like, I didn't hide that. I told you you were on nothing. You're still on nothing. And you're trying to come here and cause distractions and tension, come at commenters. You got to get blocked. Talk about the evidence. Talk about what it is, or leave. It's that simple. I mean, it's not hard. It's cut and dry. And you want to make it hard so you could give room for people to actually hear your stupid voice just to be heard. You bring nothing. I don't care if you're right up the cop's butt when everything's happening, who's right on the investigation. You bring nothing because you're just a puppet and a tool to the different things that are happening around you. And you just emotionally react off everything. I mean, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new to which we need to show some respect to how things are happening. It's nothing new you're bringing to this platform. Information's information. You bring a different era of it. I started this objective. I was never sitting up there beside the cop or the investigator getting info. I was always grinding from an objective, critical thinking perspective. I can always do that. I never needed all that other stuff. It was extra, and I appreciate it. But then you want to still use that to leverage bad-mouthing people, just like trash. Just like trash. But if someone tried to expose you and go into detail on you, oh, you got a retaliation. Oh, I'm going to sue because you're going to say something slanderous about me, but you slander my name all day. Get a grip. Learn life. You're too old for that. You're too old to do that. And that's the problem with a lot of different people who are coming to the channel and interacting, saying different things, making calls behind the scene. They're doing the most. So when I talk about something like why the clothes are different, how it's ominous, I expect people to come in here like, oh, get lost. Just get lost. Leave as you said you were. Leave as you said you were. You're already looking questionable. And I know the conversations you're having with people. Some people came to me personally like, who's this person trying to have conversations with me? Trying to use information to try and be disrespectful to people. That's okay. Keep it where you're at. Be disrespectful to your children and the people around you. I don't know you like that. You don't know me like that. I don't play around with people like that. I don't make friendships with people like that. I don't build with people like that. If you want to be a slanderer in life, if you want to just don't do anything. Go to the channel that you think is rightful. That's copycatting, as some people would say. Go to copycats and stay over there. I told you I'm genuine. You know how I rock. Go check the dates. June 10th. Go see what I was dropping. Go see the videos I was doing. June 18th. Go see right after that happened how I was speaking. The way I was thinking. How I've been on what I'm on. Y'all ain't been on nothing. Y'all were doing whatever y'all were doing. Y'all wasn't talking about nothing. Y'all were all cowards in the corner speaking about nothing. When the different topics changed, you were talking, gossiping with your friends. I was on the same tip. So get out of here. Get off my tip. I was on my tip. Now you're trying to get on my tip. Get off my tip. I ain't playing around with that. So no, I'm not angry. I'm not. Trust me, I'm saying what needs to be said about these type of people. These are the type of people that are crabs in a barrel. They're crabs in a barrel. If something ain't going right with them, they'll pull someone else down. If they don't like what you're doing and their beliefs differ, they won't just believe what they believe. They'll want to have to prove in life why you're wrong doing it. Because they can't be individuals. You have no individualism. You get that? That's what CommenterNation's about. You are the opposite of everything we stand for. Individualism, growth, being epic with it, just objective with it. You're nothing like us. Keep it pushing. If you can't be your own man or woman, keep it pushing. If you want to come here just to gossip when we're really talking about real topics, keep it pushing. Why were those clothes different? I have those pictures. Now, there's too much speculation to it. That's why I'm just mentioning it. If anyone has any thoughts why the clothes were different and your individualism, minus slander, let me know. I don't rock with people like that. These are the same people, if someone walked up to them and started talking about them, they would want to get all huffy puffy and want to make a scene. Like, But you can't stop doing it to others. You can't stop treating the others different from how you want to be treated. That's why your deserving is going to be your deserving. That's why I speak to you how I do, I move how I do, or I don't speak to you how I do. Because I don't rock with people like that. Never have. Never sat there and talked with people trying to reach the gossip. I'm a Gemini, but gossip ain't something about me. So get that straight. I told you I worked hard to perfect it. And you know how I rock. How we always rock. United Nations, greatest nation. You already know. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Let me know in community. Keep your eyes on community, what I got coming up. And you know how I rock. All rights reserved.